But in the meantime, let's turn things back to the election. And with more insight into the transition that is ahead for President-elect Trump, we've brought in our political pros, Dr. Calhoun and Dr. James Todd, both from the Political Science Department at PBAU. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us.
After last night, what surprised each one of you the most on the electoral map?
I would say Wisconsin. It's the state on the map that had gone for Democrats the most times consecutively before tonight, and so that Trump was able to flip that state, first time it had gone Democrat since 1984, surprised me the most. Hillary Clinton never even had a rally there. That's how she had written off that state, as in her column.
Gimme.
A gimme.
Dr. Calhoun?
Well, I'd say Pennsylvania because I'm from Pennsylvania, and I was in Pennsylvania about 2 weeks ago in rural, just east of Pittsburgh, and everywhere we went there were Trump signs. I mean, everywhere we went. And so I think it's the rural vote and also the people that used to have manufacturing jobs that lost them. I think those two groups really coalesced behind. And then just poor whites, I think.
Chatty, before we went on camera, you mentioned that the losers last night were the Democratic and Republican establishments. But that speaks volumes about what this vote is about. The long-term politicians aren't in vogue anymore at all, right, and the people spoke.
It's elites versus masses, and Trump was the voice for the masses, for the average person, the non-college white, particularly who maybe feels culturally alienated from the establishment, disenfranchised, and economically taken advantage of by a globalist elite. And so I think that shows up as a major theme this year.
House Speaker Paul Ryan offered some support at the last minute. Too little, too late? What happens for him down the road?
I don't know. There's some people are speculating that Trump may try and get rid of him as Speaker. I don't know if that's a good tactic because you do need the support of the House to pass your legislation, and the Republicans in the House actually chose him as the leader.
Speaking of the House, when was the last time the House, Senate, and White House were all Republican controlled?
We don't have to go back that far. About a decade, George W. Bush had, I think it was 4 total years of complete control of the government in the hands of the Republicans. So there's a recent precedent for this.
And I mean, we can go back and look. The economy was before the bubble.
Right. 2005 were relatively good times in America economically. The thing I remember most about that time were filibusters by Democrats of President Bush's appointees to the courts.